Hey everybody, it's Ginger Johnson here. Now this video is going to be a little raw and unedited because I am in my car, I'm in between appointments, but I just had to get something out today and I wanted to share it with you because I've seen so much going on lately in different posts on Facebook and just through emails and different things where people are coming and saying, I am so afraid of reoccurrence, and they're talking about reoccurrence, and it's just been a common theme that I've seen. So I want to touch on it with you a little bit and just kind of go with my gut on what I'm going to tell you here. And again, as anything that I say to you, you can take it or leave it, but I'm going to share with you what I feel, what I've seen happening, because there's some big issues going on right now, I feel, in the cancer world about reoccurrence. One of the biggest issues I've seen is that people are freaking themselves out. They are causing severe stress, anxiety, anxiety attacks. They can't sleep at night. There's so much chaos going on with this. And how do I know? Well, because I've been there. I've done this. I've gone through these experiences and it wasn't fun. And so I wanted to kind of talk with you about what is happening and also give you some ways that you can calm yourself down and essentially just stop it. I want you to stop it. If you're freaking yourself out about reoccurrence, I want you to stop it because you're causing yourself undue stress that is really having a negative effect upon your body. Now, how do I know this? Well, like I said, I've lived it. I've done it. I've gone through all the craziness of having to go through that process and the cycle of worry and stress. But also, this is what I realized, is that I was creating a false reality that was not true. I was stuck in a cancer mentality that I needed to get out of. I was having so many side effects and things that were just causing me severe stress that I'd literally just have to stop and freeze, and I couldn't move, I couldn't function, and it got bad. So I want to talk with you about why this is happening. Let's talk about our brains, okay? Our brains are these amazing, awesome machines that you have in your head, and your brain is very powerful. In fact, your brain will believe whatever you tell it. Your brain has so much power and so much influence over your physical environment and what you do that there's studies that show, if people say they want to die, they'll die. Their bodies will literally shut down. They will program themselves to do that. There's people that say, hey, I want to succeed. I want to achieve. I want to do this stuff. And guess what they do? They go out and do it. And so, here we have all of these cancer survivors who've been through probably one of the hardest things they've ever had to experience in their lives. And I am telling you, I totally give you kudos for that because it is challenging. It is difficult. But what happens is, instead of moving past that thought process, we start thinking about what if. There is this giant problem with what if because we really don't know. But yet mentally we go, oh, well, what if? What if it comes back? What if I do? And then we go down this process. Oh, I'll have to do this. I'll have to do this. I'll have to do this. All this stuff's going to happen. I know I'm going to die. And we create this crazy chaos that's not real. It's not real. We made it up with our thoughts and then our emotions. We tie emotion to it. Now, you guys, we've done this. We know what it's like. It's not fun. It is so not fun. Cancer, that's a cancer experience. When everybody says, oh, well, I broke my leg, and you're like, yeah, that's great. But guess what? Cancer affects everything. It affects your emotions. It affects your mental state. It affects your environment. It affects your physical body. It affects your spiritual aspects. It affects financial aspects of your life. It tackles everything in your life. And so I get where you're coming from. I get why there's this consistent state of, craziness going on in your head where you're like, I am really concerned about this. Now, there's a difference between being concerned and taking control and being concerned and being controlled. And so when you're going off about reoccurrence all the time, you're essentially living in a state of being controlled. You're being controlled by the what if. And the what if, it's not even real because it hasn't even happened. There's nothing that says it will either. Yes, they throw out statistics at you. Yes, they do all this stuff and say, oh, well, this is the likelihood. But guess what? They don't even know. They do not know. There is no 100% guarantee that you're going to have to live through this again. And then the second thing I have to say is that did you like living in it in the first time? If you didn't like living in it the first time, then stop living there now. Stop freaking yourself out. Stop putting yourself in all of these made up situations that you don't know are going to happen, or they may or may not. You don't know. But you're wasting a lot of your precious time and a lot of your life concerned about something that may or may not happen. Now, instead, I want you to think about changing your story, changing your mindset, doing different things that are going to bring greater peace and happiness into your life. If cancer was not fun for you, and I don't know anybody who it was, but if cancer was not fun for you, then stop living there. This is what you can do. You can start changing the way you think. So you can say, you know what, in the past, I had to deal with this. And in the past, I learned from that experience. But now, I choose to be vibrant and alive. I choose to see the world for what it is and for what I can accomplish. I choose to forgive myself and to ask my body, ask your body to forgive you for going through all of that. That is so freeing and so clearing to be able to say, body, I am so sorry that I put you through that. It was unintentional. I am sorry. And ask your body to forgive you. You might think, Ginger, you're a little whack, but guess what? That was such a freeing experience for me to say, body, I am so sorry. And I want to be able to now have a beautiful, free, loving life where I can make an impact in the world and I can do something with my life because it woke me up to the possibilities of what life can hold for each one of us. So change your story, change your mind, change the way you speak. If you find yourself going off into that cycle of worry and what if, cancel it and say, no, I'm not going there because now I get to choose, and I'm going to choose to rock my life. I'm going to choose to own my awesome. I'm going to choose to do as much good as I possibly can for as long as I can, and I'm going to enjoy the ride. And I know that if you guys will start to change the way you speak, change the way you think, stop giving power to the craziness, and start owning the fact that you can make a choice now to choose to be looking at life in a different way, then you won't have that fear because you won't be creating it around you all the time. There's more that I could go off on this right now, but because I'm in the car, I don't have time. But I just wanted to send this out to you and let you know that you have the ability to create the future you want by changing the way you think. Yes, there are always going to be hazards in life. Yes, we are going to be faced with opposition in everything we do. But we can choose to rise above it. We can choose to make a better choice for what we're going to think about right now. Because right now is all we can control. So make the choice to think about what I can do right now, and what was in the past is in the past. But for right now, I'm going to choose to be awesome. I'm going to choose to live my life. I'm going to choose to believe that I can do amazing things because I know you can. That's me, just for a little rant to get this out to you guys, to let you know that there has to be a change that comes from you if you want to change the situation you're in. And you can do it. I know you can. We'll see you next time on happychemo.com.